for on and off, but for a long time, and the last 4 or 5 years been active, and I am thrilled to have been asked. This came out of a conversation that Susan Dabrowski and I had about how do we even get dressed in 2022 or coming out of COVID, and I was just like this. This is how we're getting dressed. You know, we're wearing our fuzzy slippers, we have our robe, or we're doing the dressed up from the waist. So I just want to, just as long as you don't get up, because we've seen those videos online too. So I'm here to help you identify what it really looks like in a, it's actually a simple way, but it's your self-image and the CEO mindset, because a lot of people did pivot in 2020, 2021, and still pivoting today. So we're just going to go through some of that. So I want to just back up and say, what is mindset? It's a word that is everywhere now, but it really wasn't. It's kind of like your personal image was not called it wasn't called branding as it is now. It was your image, and now it's your brand. You are the brand. So what is mindset? Well, in 2006, Carol DeWitt really blew everybody's mind with this book and talking about mindset and how literally everything we do as human beings can be changed by the way we think. And I know our coaches here in the room will tell you that they all have programs based around mindset. Change your mindset and you can change the outcome. And we all know if you're thinking negative things happen, you're stuck and you're blocked. But if you honestly change those around to the positive, then you're going to have different outcomes. And I see a couple people taking notes. So yes, the paper's on the table, and I'm going to just throw this out early. CEO, we all know what it really means, but I challenge you to come up with 3 different words for that. So jot them down on your paper and let's see what we come up with at the end, okay? So dramatically influenced by how we think about our talents, right? Think about that. You're going to change how you think about your talents and how your abilities will thrive.
Better know, they don't have paper. Thank you, Susan.
So some examples of mindset. How can I turn change into opportunity? A lot of us do not like change, period. Flat out, don't like it, don't approach it, just, and when we do have to approach it, it's met with a little bit of resistance, right? But if you say, wow, this is change, how can I incorporate this change into making my day and my life and my job and my successes better? Where's the positive in that change? Find the silver lining. We've all heard that term. What are 5 things that I'm good at? Okay, we all know sometimes that if somebody asked you, what are 5 things that you're good at? You're like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'm good at cooking, maybe I'm good at gardening or whatever, but can you really come up with 5? Or ask your best friend, hey, what are 5 things that you think I'm good at, right? And you'd be surprised, it'll probably give you a litany, a list of things that you're really, really good at. That's another mindset. Think of the positive. There are 5 things that you are good at. What fear is holding me back from accomplishing a goal? Again, you could sit there and say, I'm just afraid of doing this. I don't want to rip the Band-Aid off yet. I like where I'm at. It's comfortable here. So identify those fears. Those are all mindsets that are possibly holding you back. But if you change the positive, if you identified that fear, then you can turn that around and say, okay, now I know what that fear is. Let's attack that. Let's, as another book says, eat the elephant 1 bite at a time.
Yep.
Eat the frog. Get it done. You know what I mean? So that's what mindset is, and that's some of the things that you incorporate those, you're already thinking like a CEO. And I'm getting warm, so here comes layer number 1. Ta-da-da-da. We're getting there. It'll all come together in a beautiful way. All right. So, which mindset makes you a success in your field? Salespersons and entrepreneurs seriously need to be motivated to succeed. You clearly came up with a service, a product, or you love where you're working because you're good at it and you believe in it. So you have to believe in the product and you have to believe in the company's values. If you're a solo entrepreneur, have you done the strategy work that helps you create what your mission statement is? A lot of people haven't dug deep into that because, again, that could be fear, that could be change. You know what you're good at. But have you done the work to really establish the values that you can stand behind? So you had that vision, you had that mission. Let's make sure that you can stand behind that. And that's some of the CEO mindset. Bring it. Put it all in there. So what are some of the top important tips for entrepreneurs and people who work? You are the brand. Let me just say that if you work for a company or an organization, you are always the brand. When I worked for Bank of America, we were on stage the minute we pulled our car into the parking lot, because you never knew if there was a business person or somebody who had to get the kids on the bus, had to get somewhere, and said, you know what, could you please just take my deposit? You were on stage the minute you pulled into that parking lot. How can I, you had to answer the phone, how can I exceed your expectations today? You know, but again, you are representing the brand and you are the CEO, whether you work for somebody or you are that solo entrepreneur. Invest your time wisely. As solo entrepreneurs, sometimes we are 24, I think there's more hours in a day for entrepreneurs because it's 24, 365, you're always finding a way to be that person, to get the sale, to get the client, to get your message out. You're doing it all the time. But you have to honor and set some time. And I heard a podcast recently, was make your business hour. It could be 2-hour blocks a day, but for 10 to 2, 2 to 5, whatever that looks for. Like me, half the time it's 6:30 p.m. to when I shut the computer off at midnight, catching up on emails. But honor that time. And you need to really care. Again, it goes back to you had the vision for the service, you have the passion for the product. But caring goes beyond that. You need to care about the long-term solution of the person you're dealing with. You may never get a sale or a contract from somebody, but when you show that you care, that person will honor you and pay it forward and say, I know somebody who's new. I know somebody that needs to talk to Michelle. I know that Kim is a valued person to give you A1 service, but I may not need their product or service. Okay? And again, we talked about believing in your product and service. Know your market inside and out. That one is huge. Know your threats. If you're the marketing gurus in the room, know your SWOT, your threats, your dangers, all of those things that go in there, because when you know your market, you're going to know when it's going to be a good place to really promote you or a good place to pull back and just make those connections that may value you in the long run. And again, think of failure as an opportunity. I know failure sucks. It really does. It really does. But every opportunity is there within a failure to flip it around. You don't have to look back. You don't have to go back and do it again. That's for sure. That's what failure would teach you. You don't have to do it again. You may do it again, but a different way. But you learn. And so take that as an opportunity. Failure is an opportunity. What does your personal image say? So how do we tie the mindset into what your personal image says? How do clients perceive you? What image is it that you want to project to them? Okay? And what do you want them to see when they do look at you? Long time ago, this young lady, I was doing a presentation and I'm doing my thing, and if y'all know me, I'm Puerto Rican and Italian, and flames are coming in with my hands waving all around the room, right? And she said, your presentation was wonderful, you look fantastic, but she's like, but your nails aren't done. And I'm like, well, yes, in the image consulting world and the body language world, I don't need more distractions for you to be going, ooh, that color looks fabulous on her hand. And she's like, you know, and she was dressed uber casual, we'll just put it that way. And she goes, you know, my hair could be in a ponytail, I could be a hot mess, but my nails are always on point. Exactly. I said, wait a second. You just told me you're a hot mess. Why would I want to entertain doing business with you? And she handed me her sample and went on her merry way. I put that sample in my purse, and I think I changed purses, and it laid in the bottom of that bag forever and a day. What is the image that you want your end client to use? And even if I didn't want her product, I could have said, Patricia, I got somebody I got a great product. I know you love doing your nails. No. Why? Why would I want to do that? So your image of what we are seeing and what you're telling people are incredibly important. In a recent poll of graduates, 75% of these college graduates were asked how important their image was going to be in their success. And of course, they realized that it is going to be the now, you know how college graduates are the now and they're ready to, they're hungry and they're ready and they've got their little three-piece suit or their outfits ready to go, and that it would continue to be as they grew in the company. And most college graduates go through 3 to 5, on average, shifts in A, their degree, and B, when they graduate, their career path. So, but they realized that their image, how they walked into the room, because that started when they interviewed for colleges. You know, so they are realizing and recognizing you truly only have, we've all heard that you have 4 to 7 seconds to impress somebody. However, it's now 1 to 4, and that's kind of frightening, that the minute you walk through that door, I'm like, okay. And it's unfortunate that we are that image society, that image-based society, and that we do that on a superficial level. But I caution you and I encourage you to make those 4 seconds count. Get up and get dressed. And again, salespeople have 1 to 4 seconds, or excuse me, 4 to 30 seconds to actually get money from somebody, to engage, to have them engage with them. So again, how you look, you could be the Pope on paper. You could be the best person that I need to connect with, but if you didn't come and represent yourself in that manner, I'm not going to take you seriously. It's not a vanity thing that I'm talking about. Taking care of you and honoring you is not vanity, and we need to step away from that. Again, it's honoring you, that you deserve to be here. You, every single one of you women, deserve to be in that space as a CEO, whether you're the solo entrepreneur or working for somebody. You busted your tail. You deserve it. Honor yourself for that moment.
Thank you so much.
So why is it important what I wear? You know when you put that outfit on that morning, you went, I look good today. Nobody can touch me. You know, when we were younger, we were going out with our girlfriends. We were like, I got this. You know. And same with when you're going to meet a client.